A unified team with strong, compelling, and written down goals is 100 times more powerful than a team with no goals at all and a lack of purpose. And the reality is, most salespeople and most teams in general, most people on the team, they lack a vision for what it is they're even coming to work for each day. They lack goals. They don't know why they're earning money. And a team that lacks vision is a team that lacks performance. And in this video, I want to go through step by step with you exactly how I help my clients and sales teams to create strong, compelling goals for their life, as well as the number one most important thing of all when it comes to creating a vision for your team. Let's get right to it. Helping your team to create strong, compelling, and written goals could quite possibly be the most important thing that you do for your team and even your business. You see, a unified team of people who have a common vision, but also who have individualized goals is going to be more powerful than you could ever imagine, because now you have people who have something that they're working towards. They're not just coming to work for a paycheck, they're coming to work for what that paycheck is going to do for them. And they want to help their colleagues and even their leaders to reach their goals as well, because achieving goals becomes addicting. And when I work with companies and when I've worked with my own sales teams in the past, the first thing that we determine is, what is your why? What's the reason why you get up and decide to come to work each day? What's the reason why you decided to move into a sales position, a position that holds uncertainty? Uncertainty of how much your next paycheck's going to be, how much you're going to be earning that day. Why did you decide to do this? And what is your main motivation for coming to work each day? In the past, I've called this their red dot, their main motivator. If you can envision a bullseye in front of you that you're throwing darts at, what's the goal, right? You want to hit the red dot. You want to hit the bullseye in the middle of the dartboard, because that bullseye represents what your team is going after. And that bullseye is the end destination. Quite often, that's the vision that somebody has for their life, but sometimes it's a short-term vision. Sometimes that red dot or that bullseye is simply they want to move out of their apartment and move into a home so that they have a yard for their dog. For some people, it's freedom of time and freedom of location. They want to be able to travel wherever they want, and they want to be remote, able to work and get the job done when they decide to. For some other people, it's taking a specific vacation or spending time with a specific person or opening a business or a side hustle or creating the lifestyle of their dreams. For every single person, it's different. And that's the very first step that you have to determine with your team is, what is their why? I would write it on a board, a flip chart, PowerPoint presentation, whatever it may be. And then I would tell them what your why is. Why is it that you lead this team? Why is it that you're helping them to create goals and determine what their own why is? Communicate that to them, right? It's only going to help them trust you. And it's going to help them understand what this question even means in the first place when you share your own personal why with your team. When it comes to creating strong and compelling goals and having your team actually write down their goals, I have a framework that I created that will help you to guide them through it step by step, so that they leave this goal setting meeting knowing exactly what's most important to them. Knowing exactly not just how much money they want to make and what they want to do with it, but knowing what they want their life to look like. This framework that I call the Seeds of Excellence goes over the 4 key areas of life: their self-development, their economics, their donations, as well as the experiences that they want to enjoy in their life. And I want to show you that framework right now. These are the Seeds of Excellence. And I found this goal-setting framework to be so powerful because it doesn't just cover 1 or 2 areas of life. It covers every single area of life condensed into 4 specific segments here. And a goal-setting workshop with myself, and the way that I recommend you do it with your team, should take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. To talk about their why, to talk about their goals, to talk about what's most important of those goals they just wrote down, as well as what they're going to do now, starting today, to start taking action towards these new goals that they wrote down for themselves. So put away at least 2 hours for this. This could be one of the most important sessions and meetings that you do the entire year for your sales team, because this is a meeting that they're not going to forget. This framework is split up into the 4 segments of self-development, economics, experiences, and donations. And they need to have a journal and a pen handy, at least a piece of paper and a pencil or something where they can write these down, because something beautiful happens when you physically write down what it is you want. It's a connection between your mind and your brain and the pen and what it is you focus on and the thoughts that you think. There's a magic that happens when you write down what it is you want. So without going too far into it, well, you know what I'll do? I'm going to link you to a video right up here that will explain the importance of why it's so important to write down your goals so that you can share it with your team. But the first category we've got here is, how does your team plan to develop themselves as people? The first S in the Seeds of Excellence stands for self-development and self-work, and really how they plan to grow personally as well as how they plan to grow professionally. And these could be things such as, what kinds of skills do they want to learn? Do they want to learn a new language? Do they want to improve in their sales ability and their sales capabilities? Do they want to improve in communication? Do they want to improve in some other area of their life? Do they want to pick up a hobby? Do they want to meet new friends? Do they want to develop a specific relationship? Do they want to rehaul their identity and their belief system completely? Right? Self-development encompasses everything that has to do with self-growth and character. And I'd recommend write some examples on a board for them and allow them to really just brainstorm what they want their life to look like in the next year, the next 5 years, 10 years. These goals can be short-term, but there should also be some longer-term goals on this sheet as well. So guide them through self-development. Which brings us to economics. This is how much money your team wants to earn. This is how they plan to invest that money. This is how they plan to budget accordingly, how they plan to manage it, how much money they want to save, how they want to invest it in terms of real estate or stocks or business or startup or their own business or savings, whatever it might be. But economics is also, how do they want to grow inside of your company? Who do they want to become? Do they want to grow into a specific position? Do they want to get promoted to a specific role? What does that look like? Economics has everything to do with business, finances, and money, and how they want to grow in those areas. Experiences is the second E in the SEEDS acronym. And experiences means, how do they want to live their life? What are the fun things that they want to do? What are the trips that they want to take? What is it that they want their lifestyle to look like? Do they want to take trips with their family? Do they want to vacation a specific number of months throughout the year? Do they want to do something crazy like throw the pitch at the at Major League Baseball or the World Series? Or I'm not really a sports guy, so forgive me there, but do they want to do something crazy like see pink dolphins or ride camels around the pyramids of Egypt? What is it that they want to experience in their life? Do they want to learn how to ride a motorcycle or maybe ride a bicycle if someone's never done that? Do they want to learn how to drive? Do they want to learn how to do some other awesome experience? But really help them to think big here and think about some things that might bring them some more joy in their life. Maybe like learning an instrument, even a musical instrument. Which leads us to the final category, which could quite possibly be the most important category of all, because a lot of people aren't consciously donating. And donating, and the D stands for donations, that doesn't have to be money. Donating could be giving your time to somebody or some group of people to help make a difference in the lives of other people. Because you know better than anyone, doing more for someone else will bring great things to you. You call it karma, call it the law of attraction, call it whatever you want, call it God. When you do for other people, it always comes back on you tenfold. You will always reap more than you sow, but you don't give to other people expecting to receive. That's not how the law of reciprocity works. How does your team plan to give? How does your team plan to help other people? It could be as simple as writing down, you want to smile at just one person each day as you walk by them on the street. Or you want to buy a cup of coffee for the person behind you at the Starbucks drive-thru. Or you want to buy some backpacks for children who are starting a new school year who might not be able to afford them. Or you want to adopt a family for Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever religion or holiday that you practice. How can you give to people and make a difference? And even how can you as a team, as an organization, as a company, put something together where you can bring in your team and allow you all to help the community in a beautiful way and brand it as the company, right? How can you invite your team to be a part of something greater so that they can donate, so that they can give, but to also be a part of something great as an organization, as a team, and as a group of friends? These are the seeds of excellence. They cover every area of life. So go through each of them and give your team at least 5 to 10 minutes per category to write down exactly what it is they want from their life. This is going to be one of the most important meetings you do for the entire year for your team. It's going to help them to become clear on what they want. It's going to increase their performance. It's going to increase their effectiveness. But most importantly, it's going to help them to find meaning in what it is they do with you professionally. And it's going to increase their levels of happiness and fulfillment 100-fold. Now that you know exactly how you're going to serve your team in creating strong, compelling, and written goals, as well as why having their why or their red dot available to them is so important for their own success inside and outside of the organization. And to go even deeper into this, I want you to share this video here with your team and for yourself as well, because it's going to help them get very clear on what their own next steps look like for their life, professionally and personally. So go check it out. And until we talk again next time, continue to be better.